You know what's crazy? I keep seeing people online acting like Carlos Prates is just gonna stroll into the octagon, close the door, and instantly knock out Leon Edwards. Like, bro, slow down. Let's take a breath, alright? Let's, breathe with me. Now that we calm down a little bit, am I picking Prates? Yes, I am. But that doesn't mean it's some 100% lock of the century. Leon Edwards isn't some bum off the street. He's still a damn good fighter. I think people are getting too caught up in the hype train and forgetting that Leon still has real skills. Now, yeah, I get it. His last two fights weren't exactly must-watch TV. The dude hasn't looked that good since the, Kamaru Usman fights. But let's be real. He lost to Sean Brady and Bilal Muhammad. Those are the two of the best grapplers in the entire division. They're monsters, they can grapple like crazy, and they'll drown you if you even give them an inch. Leon wasn't getting smoked by a random mid-tier guy. He was facing elite competitions. And with Prates, it's a complete different style, man. And look, man, I'll be honest. Leon's boring sometimes, or most of the time. Yeah, I said it. He's that safe mode fighter. You know, that point fighting, clinch control, leg kicks, rinse and repeat. It's kind of frustrating. But it's how he wins fights. He's technical. He's composed. He doesn't take a lot of unnecessary risk. You don't have to love his style, but you can't deny that he's good. What gets me mad, though, is how fast people flip on narratives. When Prates lost to Ian Gary, everyone's like, oh, he's overrated. He's exposed. He's not that guy. Then boom, he knocks out Jeff Neal, and suddenly he gets all his hype back, which he should. It was a good win, against Jeff Neal. But to say that he's just going to beat Leon Edwards like it's nothing? Nah. Fuck that! Because let's just be honest, stylistically, this isn't the worst fight for Leon Edwards. For once, he's not fighting a grinder wrestler who's going to shoot 12 takedowns and hug him against the cage. He's getting a striker, someone who's actually going to give him the range and the rhythm that he prefers. That's a big difference. Leon at his best is when he can play the distance game. Mix in the kicks, use the straight left, and keep things clean. So yeah, I got Prates winning, but I think it's going to be competitive. And it's not going to be some walk-in, sleep him in 30-second kind of fight. Leon, in my opinion, is too skilled, too composed for that. You're not going to go in there and just get a flash knockout on Leon Edwards, all right? The odds of that happening are extremely low, okay? He's not going to be like, oh my God, no! And then he gets knocked out. That's not going to happen. He's not going to hit the canvas. I just don't think it's going to happen right away, okay? I'm aware that Carlos is dangerous. He's got the power. He's got the swagger. He's got that forward pressure that can make Leon uncomfortable if he starts too slow. But make no mistake, if Leon shows up sharp, this fight can easily turn into a chess match instead of a highlight reel, okay? That's why I'm telling y'all, calm down. Don't get your cheeks all twisted up. The fight is more competitive than the internet wants to admit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm rolling with Carlos Prates, like I mentioned earlier. I like the guy. I think he's got the dog in him. But all these highlight knockouts he's been getting, they've been against guys who are mostly strikers. Dudes that don't have that second gear when things get rough. You put him in there with someone who can mix it up, like an Ian Gary, and suddenly Carlos isn't out here styling on people anymore. Gary literally outstriked him at times, used his wrestling, and made it a complete fight. That's what Leon can do. And look, man, as much as I clown Leon for being a snooze button fighter, he's still sharp. He's got good timing, solid defense, and that experience that you just can't fake. If you think he's just going to fold the first time Prates swings, you're tripping. This isn't some bar fight. Leon's not going to stand there and trade, just to make you happy. And honestly, that's what kind of bugs me about this entire MMA community sometimes. Everyone likes to jump on the hype train so fast. Like, yeah, Prates looks like a killer right now, but Leon ain't no walk in the park. You can hate his style, call him Leon Scott, whatever you want, but the guy knows how to win, all right? He has the experience. He's a great fighter. He's in the top 5 for a reason. So yeah, I'm still picking Carlos, but I'm not blind just because I don't like Leon. That doesn't mean that he just doesn't have a real shot. The fight can go either way. And I wish more people would realize that before acting like it's just some guaranteed highlight reel, So let's actually talk about the fight, man. So here's the thing, bro. Carlos Prates isn't some wild, high-volume maniac people make him out to be. He's not Max Holloway in there throwing 400 punches. He's a hand fighter who picks his moments. He tries to line you up, that one clean shot, He's patient, he's sharp, but he's not a combo machine. That's why Ian Gary was able to beat him, man. Gary stayed at range, used that jab, circled, and just outpointed him. Every time Prates tried to close the distance. With that hand fighting, Gary was like, nope, not today. Pop, pop, circle out, repeat. And you could tell Prates looked hesitant until round 5. Like, he was waiting for that perfect shot that really never came. And that's kind of the problem here, that patient pressure doesn't really work on Leon Edwards because Leon wants space. That's his whole world. He's a sniper, bro. You give him time, he'll set traps, he'll bait you in, and he'll counter you clean. People keep saying, oh, Leon doesn't like pressure. Nah, Leon doesn't like pressure mixed with volume and wrestling. Like, if you're just walking at him slowly with your hands up, that's a dream scenario for him. He'll hit you, move, and look bored doing it. Now, I get why people think Leon's mid. You know, I'll just be honest. His fights can be dry, man. Like, he's the human version of NyQuil sometimes, okay? But when you really watch the tape, you realize he's technically sound as hell. His footwork is slick. His counters are clean. His defense is tight. He's just not flashy about it, okay? And bro, in this matchup, in my opinion, that's dangerous because Prates isn't just going to force that kind of chaos that usually throws Leon off, you know? And I'll say this right now, Leon, in my opinion, is a better counter striker than Ian Gary. In my opinion, he's faster, he has cleaner reads, and his kicks are way better. His low kicks alone could mess up with Prates' balance, especially since Prates has those long, skinny legs. And I can really see Leon chipping away at them early. And remember, Leon's used to fighting elite grapplers who don't give him any breathing room. Prates, he's not going to shoot a takedown. He's going to walk him down and trying to find that big moment. That might actually help Leon get comfortable in this fight. And another big thing that people don't seem to talk about is that this is a 3-rounder fight. That's a huge deal, bro. Leon usually fades in round 4 and 5. You know, he slows down. That's when guys like Usman and Bilal start turning up the grind, you know. But here, he doesn't have to worry about the championship pace. He can come out sharp, baking those first 2 rounds and then coast to third. That's right in his wheelhouse. Now, obviously, Prates has that delete button, you know. He has that delete button power you just can't ignore. The dude hits like he's trying to fold your spine, like it's a Mortal Kombat game or something. If he lands clean, it could be lights out. But I hate when people act like Leon's chin is made out of glass. Like, yeah, he got rocked by Bilal, Nate, and Brady. Sure, but he didn't go down. He stayed composed, recovered, and still fought back. Leon's chin is kind of underrated, bro. It's not like anything special, but it's solid enough to survive a few bombs. And that's why I'm kind of torn. You know, I'm picking Prates because he's dangerous and I respect the power. But stylistically, this fight screams trap fight. Leon's got the tools to make Prates look human. I'm not saying that Leon's going to smoke him, but I'm saying don't be shocked if it ends up being way more technical than people expect. Because while Prates is still looking for that perfect shot, Leon might just be out here downloading the data and like deleting the file. But I'm not expecting this to be some classic back and forth striking clinic, bro. Like if Leon's going to go out there and try to, you know, be a pure kickboxer with Carlos Prates, I think that's a dumb mistake. Leon's not going to win a stand and bang contest. I just think Leon's best shot is to mix everything together. That's where people are sleeping on him. His grappling is way better than people give him credit for. That's the most underrated part of his game. And honestly, it might be the key. People forget that Leon was the first guy to take Kamaru Usman down, bro. Not just take him down, but take his back and control him. You know how insane that is? Then you did what he was able to do to Kobe and Bilal at some points, dude. He was able to like out-grapple them at certain points of the fight. Reverse position. The guy's not some soft striker. His grappling is clean, efficient, and sneaky. That's what he's got to use here. And that's why I think he'd be dumb not to show it, that part of his game against Carlos. Yeah, Prates has decent takedown defense. I'll give him that. He's strong, he's got good hips, and he doesn't stay down for long. But it's not bulletproof. And bro, if Leon actually lands one of those slick body trips that he used on Usman, it's not, I'm not saying it's over, but it changes the entire fight. Now Prates has to think about his base and about getting up and about not giving up position. That's when the striking opens up. It's like chess, dude. Leon's not just going to walk in there and throw hands. He's going to make Prates play defense in a way that he's not used to. So yeah, Prates has good takedown defense, but that was against a guy like Gary who used wrestling as a distraction, not a weapon. Leon, in my opinion, is a different animal. He's got technique. He's got the timing to make it work. So I wouldn't be shocked if Leon hits a slick takedown early just to make a statement like, yeah, you can't bully me, bro. That's when the real chess match begins. But man, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to pick Leon. Like my brain's telling me, yo, this dude's got the skills, the counters, the IQ. But something in my gut just tells me Carlos Prates is going to show something in this fight. I just don't think he's going to do it easy like everybody else is saying. That's the point I'm trying to get across. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like he's going to have a good moment. I just feel like Prates is eventually going to land that clean shot that puts him away. I'm just being honest. If he rocks him, he's going to smell blood and he's going to hit Leon Edwards and he's going to be like, ah! You know, he's going to go full berserker mode. You know, flying knees, coming from hell. I really think he learned a lot from the Ian Gary fight. Yes, he looked hesitant there, but I feel like his experience is going to show in the second and third round. I think he's going to wobble Leon, and then he's going to be able to attack him. But at the same time, this isn't a squash match, bro. Leon's no fool. He's not just going to walk into those power shots with his chin out. The dude's slick, he's composed, and he's been there with better grapplers and strikers. That's why I keep saying that this fight is 50-50. I think Leon's defense is close exchange, can be shaky. He backs up in straight lines sometimes, his chin up, but you can't just assume Prates catches him. He's got to earn it. And I just want to mention this. If Prates wins this, it's going to be a late round 3. I think it's going to be chaos mode. You know, when the pressure finally starts cooking, the crowd starts getting loud. Leon's trying to manage distance, and then boom! Prates finds that one shot. He blitzes forward with his Muay Thai flow, maybe hunts Leon with the left hook or a flying knee, and then you just see the switch flip. Once he senses damage, he goes nuts, and that's one thing you just can't teach, and that's killer instinct. When he smells blood, he's not calculated, he's not thinking, he's throwing elbows, knees, elbows, uppercuts, whatever his soul tells him to do in that moment. That's where Leon can get overwhelmed. But I'm not saying Leon's chin is that weak, like I mentioned earlier. He's gotten rocked a few times, but I just have a feeling if Carlos Prates touches him, you know, you're going to see Leon like, oh my God, no! But I do believe he's going to find the shot, and it is going to be his best shot to drag Leon into the late rounds, you know, like round 3, and try to go for that finish. But if I'm being honest, even if Prates gets that finish, like, I think Leon's going to look good in this fight. Like, it's just not going to be a one-sided beatdown. It's just not. Leon's going to have his moments. He's going to land his clean counters, chop the legs, look for something sharp early. But Prates is the type of fighter where if he goes down in round 2, he's still dangerous as hell. You know, he's going to put all his chips in round 3. And I'm predicting a Prates TKO in the 3rd round. But not because Leon is bad, just because Prates is wild. But then again, you never know. Leon can still steal the fight and survive round 3 and just still come out with the victory. But screw it, man. I'm going to go with Carlos Prates with the 3rd round TKO. I think he's eventually going to lock in like in the 5th round with Ian Gary. And you know how he like rocked Ian Gary and you hurt him? But this time he's going to have more success. I feel like he's going to find the finish, you know, TKO, mumble mouth. And I think he's going to impress a lot of people. Now, like I said, it can easily go the other way. But you know, I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm just glad I'm not betting on it, and I don't think you should either, but whatever you want to do, go ahead. But those are just my thoughts, man. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like always, guys, I'll see you on my next one.